Welcome to 6 Minutes to Financial Clarity. Today's subject is planning and paying for college. What's down the road for your future students? Why the increase in college expenses? Well, current endowments at the universities are decreasing in value. You have to remember they took a pretty good hit on their financial portfolios over the last 6 years like the rest of us. There's less philanthropic support because, again, the economy has cut back people's donations. There are increased expenses, which include insurance, energy costs for the schools, books, fees, salaries. And it's very difficult for universities to keep pace with the cost of advanced technology without passing on those increases to the student tuition. Let's look at the history of college inflation. Over the last 20 years, there has been a long-term annual tuition increase of approximately 6% per year. However, tuition has raised from 6 to 15% per year annually between 2008 and 2011. So what's that mean to you? How much is it going to cost to send my kid to college? First question is, how much do you want to pay? The second question, how much will I need to pay? How much will I need to pay? Well, again, the average cost, tuition and other expenses for the school year 2012 and 2013 are estimated to be $76.05 per year for public college, which is $37,970 for 4 years, and for a private college, $27,293 per year, which could be $124,812 just for tuition and other expenses. This next table shows the estimated tuition amount that a student will need for a 4-year education if these costs continue increasing at 6% a year. And that's been the average for many years. This does not include housing, books, and other necessities. And you see, in 5 years, the annual cost for a public school is $40,701. For a private school, it's $146,097. And that's for the 4-year education. And so forth, and so forth. It's going to be costly. And where's this money going to come from? Are you hoping for a scholarship for your child? Well, let's face it, the competition's intense, there are no guarantees, and you cannot assume that one's going to be obtained. Now, I'm not just talking sports, I'm talking music, I'm talking cheerleading, I'm talking drama, I'm talking all these different other programs. The competition is fierce, and everyone wants some free money. Are some of the expenses going to be offset from the student part-time job? And many students work their way through college. Part-time employment is a valuable source of income and work experience. However, some students may not be eligible for some particular jobs based on the financial aid they're receiving. And some students, mostly incoming freshmen, tend to be restricted to 10 to 20 hours of employment per week to allow them to focus on their studies. Let's quickly go through some financial aid and grants. Remember, a grant does not have to be repaid like a loan. There's a federal Pell Grant that's only awarded to undergraduate students who have not yet earned a degree. There are also federal supplemental education opportunity grants, which are for undergraduates with the lowest expected family contributions based on their FAFSAs. Remember that a lot of these grants are based on the availability of funds at the school in order to pass on the federal grants to the student. So where's the money going to come from? Well, there's financial aid in the form of loans. There's federal Stafford loans, and they're twofold. There's a subsidized, which is based on need-based, where the federal government will pay the interest on these loans while the student's in school and during the grace period thereafter. There's also unsubsidized, which if you don't qualify for subsidized, you'll get the unsubsidized. The borrower is responsible for the interest accrued from the issue of the loan, although not required to pay it until after a grace period expires. There's a federal Perkins loan that's a low-interest loan for undergraduate and graduate students with extraordinary financial need. The college is the lender, although the loan is primarily made with government funds and guarantees. And there are PLUS loans that are made available to parents with good credit histories to borrow to pay the college education expenses for the child who is an undergraduate student enrolled at least half-time. Of course, the money can also come from personal savings in the form of the popular 529 college savings plan. The benefit of the 529 plan is that you can put a maximum contribution of $250,000 per year into it. It grows tax deferred. The custodian or trustee maintains control of the investment and the withdrawals. The beneficiary can be changed, i.e. the student can be changed, and it may be established with any participating bank, credit union, or other financial institution. There's a couple limitations to the 529 plan. You've got limited investment options. It may be counted against financial aid qualifications, the money you're putting away, and withdrawals must be used for qualified educational costs, or they could be subject to income tax and penalty. Talk to your tax advisor on these issues. There's also a life insurance strategy you can implement. You'd set up a universal life insurance policy on your life with the student as the beneficiary. The cash value would grow tax-free and can be accessed for college tax-free, but no penalty if it's not used for college like the 529. If, in the meantime, as you're accumulating for college, you were to die, your child has a college fund with tax-free death proceeds ready to go. So in planning for college funding, it's important that you consider your risk. By the way, don't lose the money you're putting away for college in risky investments. What's the time horizon of your child's beginning and ending of their college education? Of course, there's inflation risk. There are tax implications. Most importantly, don't procrastinate. Final jeopardy. What savings vehicle do I choose? How much am I going to plan for? How do I figure out specifically how much I need for my dependents? You need to get started now. Contact your bank, credit union, financial advisor about their college savings plans. Figure out a realistic goal based on your income and assets. Sit down with your kids and have a heart-to-heart to set realistic academic goals and be realistic about scholarships. And thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed your 6 minutes to financial clarity. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something from it. If you'd like to learn more about the Safe Money System process, please look at the two videos called Introduction and Safe Money System Process. Also, in the section down below in description, I'd like to give you a free copy of my book, The Safe Money System. You can download it there by clicking on the link. It's my gift to you. I hope it's a blessing to you. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube.